everyone, welcome to another episode of the Returnee Podcast. So it's your girl LB, Lisa Bissy. You already know I don't mind, you can call me anyone. So on today's episode, as I've told you guys previously, that we're going to be trying to get different perspective from like people who have lived in Nigeria, people who have lived here for a few years already, people obviously the IJGBs who are moving back to Nigeria already. So on today's episode, we're going to be having a totally different perspective, but I'm going to give this person an opportunity to introduce themselves before I go into any further details. So over to you.
My name is Oluwatobi Afolabi. Everyone calls me Toby. I am a writer, editor, photographer, just all-around creative. And I've lived here all my life, so born and bred Naija babe.
Yeah. So your perspective is certainly going to be different.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah? Okay. Do you want to give a bit of a background in terms of how, because I always talk on the podcast that it's really, for me, my lived experience is that it's hard to make friends in Lagos, right? But it's so funny how we do you want to give a bit of a background in that, I can say more in terms of like our random meeting.
Okay. yeah. That was really cool. I'd say I think there's many layers to it. So the first layer is that as an adult, it's just generally really difficult to make new friends as an adult. So you have all these responsibilities, you're busy, you have work, you might have kids, you have so many things you're doing. It's not very easy. Because as children, they used to throw us together, right? Like you'll be in school together, you'll be in class with these people, you'll be in church or mosque or whatever. And so it was much easier to just hang out. Less responsibility, more joy. It was just easier to make friends as kids. But also, another layer to it is that in Lagos, there are already people who are already friends. They already have cliques. They already have groups. They already have people that they trust and they hang out with and they go out with and they talk to. So it's kind of hard to infiltrate.
Of course, insert yourself into that. Yeah.
For lack of a better word, it's kind of hard to infiltrate. I think for me, I would say that if you want to make friends in Lagos, it is difficult. I'm going to be honest, but just like try to go out to places and do things that are interesting to you, because that's how you find people that
are like-minded.
Exactly, right? Like for us, we met at a show called, is it a show?
A
creative talk called The Huddle, where they just like have different creative people come and talk about their work and like their process and everything. And really, if you do more things like that and you're brave enough to talk to people, you will make friends. It'll be a longer, more slightly arduous process, but it's not impossible. Yeah.
No. I think I agree with that. And I think for me, the extra layer was that I was green, like when I came to, I was green. I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
I didn't, because I came off the back of, it wasn't my reason, but I came off the back of having done Dirty December for a few years, like back to back. So I thought, it's going to be a vibe.
Too hard.
It shouldn't. Jesus.
Yeah. Dirty December Lagos is a different Lagos.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's ready to vibe.
So, to be honest, some of the people you'll meet will probably just go back to
They're not
UK,
funny.
Canada, whatever.
Or what I also noticed is that a lot of people from other parts of Africa or even other parts of Nigeria would come to Lagos.
100%. I know some South African babes that came.
So it wasn't all of them who
year.
actually lived here. So for me, I think I was deluded into thinking because we're all out, we're all enjoying that. Oh, we're all going to be friends. Oh, where my eye clear? When I came, I came in, it was in October. It was October. So there was no Dirty December. There was no Christmas lights. Everyone was they were working, work mode. So for me, it was like trying to meet people, trying to get and even how we met at I stumbled on the Huddle. I didn't plan to come there. So for me, there's the restaurant that it takes place at. I used to go there to work. So when I finished working and I saw and I was like, there's something going on now. So I said, okay, I'm going to go. And through that, it's funny, we mentioned on a previous episode, I mentioned a specific person, Perez. I met Perez at that event as well, who I'm still really cool with. I met another person who and I met you there. Yeah. So for me, and in fact, actually a big shout out to you, Toby. I met my assistant through you, right? And it's,
I'm glad.
you see the thing, do you know one thing I would say that I love about Lagos? You never know who you're sitting next to.
Yeah.
You never know how that connection you made is going to help you in future, how it's going to open a door for you. And this is a testament to that, because like my sister, obviously you guys know I'm always talking about her face. She's amazing. like I really appreciate. And if not for you, like I remember I posted that. Fee? At this point, I should even pay. At this point, because I'm still rocking with her till today, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
If not for the fact that you sent me that message, that by the way, hit this person up, I wouldn't know her. So like literally a massive shout out to you. But on that point, I feel like one of the things I don't take for granted in Lagos, that I'm willing to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I don't care if you are, it doesn't matter. I'm willing to have a conversation with you, because I don't know where I might need you, where you might need me, where we could work together, where we can share ideas.
And to be honest, that courage is really what will get you halfway there. And I'm sure you've gotten some just like snobs and like and things like that. Yeah, it's standard. You will get people who look at you like you're dirt from under their shoe. Like, 100%. Why are you talking to me? But at the end of the day, there's still many people who will be open and honest and just like happy to make that connection. So. I think just that courage is enough. Personally, I don't really like talking to people that much. I don't go out, so I have friends. I don't need more friends.
Yeah,
so
I understand. I'm
good. But like, if you want to make more friends, you really just have to step outside of that comfort zone. Do the things that you like. Do them alone. Be okay with doing them alone, and you will meet people there that are like-minded, that you can connect with, and eventually maybe make friends with. So yeah.
I think for me, in terms of surviving Lagos, what you said is so key. When you're coming from the outside in, when, like you said, you haven't built that community yet, you have to be okay with doing things by yourself.
100%.
You have to be. Because if you're not, Lagos will come very boring very quickly.
You just be inside.
You'll be inside. You'll be inside. It'll get boring very quickly. And there has to be a certain level of courage. And I think that's what, and again, I'm just speaking for myself, guys. Don't come and shoot me. As a Nigerian from the diaspora, coming in here, one thing I know about Nigerians are very confident people.
Yeah.
They're going to show up. They're not going to, they don't have a problem talking to anybody. There's a level of confidence. And in fact, I want to say from your perspective, where does that come from? Like what that level of, I don't care. Like, where does that come from?
I don't know. I always hear people say, like, people who are not Nigerians and people from outside Nigeria, you just always know when it's a Nigerian. You just always know somehow. I'm not sure why that is. But I think it's interesting, given the fact that the way we are brought up is sort of like the way we are brought up is, it's like you're not allowed to speak your mind or be as opinionated as you should be, especially as girls, right? So I find it interesting that somehow, we still have that just like outgoing spirit of just being able to speak to anybody or do whatever you want to do, that boldness. I think it does what I just mentioned about just like the, caging of people. It does manifest in many different ways where you cannot exactly like challenge authority. And even when you do, like, there's such blowback and pushback, even from people who are suffering from the same authority. It's like, why can't we challenge and criticize these people, right? We're not supposed to just accept anything they're saying, hook, line, and sinker. You're supposed to challenge these things. That's how you grow as a people and as a nation. I don't have an answer to that question, to be honest, because it's interesting. It's like there's all of those things in our conditioning and childhood and all of those things, but somehow there's still that boldness. And I just think it's in Nigerian spirit.
It must be, literally, it must be. And it's interestingly, and in fact, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. You know how you said you're all-round creative? Heavy on that. Heavy on that, because I don't know, it was maybe a part of a specific series or something that you I think it was something about something you put on Twitter, and someone was trying to say, I think it was about, Lagos had a specific smell or something. I can't even remember. And in my head, I said, one thing about Toby, she's going to tell you that I stand on business though. I said what I said, and you're not going to beat me at the end of the day. And I love that. I love that I'm seeing more and more that, although, like you said, there's a certain level where you don't necessarily have agency. Sometimes as a woman, especially in this Lagos, like someone wants to tell you to keep quiet. They want to keep you shut. I love that. I'm seeing more like a new subgroup of women born and bred in Nigeria who are saying, absolutely no, I'm going to say what I want to say, and I'm going to stand on business. And I love that.
Same.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward. Off camera, I said something earlier that I feel like we're taking steps forward, but we're also like, I feel like we're getting pushed back. But I hope that as women, we're going to continue to just push and push and push, because even just over the last 3-4 years, I have seen, I wouldn't say a massive change, but I'm seeing a movement of more women who are like, yeah, I'm going to do my thing, and you're not going to stop me.
100%. Yeah, I agree. And I think, of course, like you said, like there's a lot of pushback. It's not even just pushback, to be honest. If we're being for real, like there's a lot of prejudice attached to being a woman in Nigeria, and it's not something that is even hidden. Like if you look closely enough, there's misogyny everywhere for those with eyes to see, right? I mean, a whole senator Natasha, she pushed back on sexual harassment in the Senate, and everybody turned against her. That's insane, right? It's like, what hope does the average Nigerian girl or
If
woman
somebody
have?
who is
If somebody who is as powerful as a senator cannot even get justice in that sort of space, right? But I was really proud of how she just kept going, and she didn't keep quiet about it as much as they tried to keep her quiet about it. And she went outside Nigeria and even spoke about it again. So like, in line with what you're saying, I absolutely love that Nigerian women I refuse to keep quiet now. And I'm just really bold about it. Yeah. And I really, really, really hope that we see more of that, to be honest, because inspirational. You know, like there's a study that says that Nigeria is one of the most dangerous places to live as a woman. It's not a joke, and it's not just words. It's actually true. Like there's stories of girls getting killed, raped every day. It's horrifying. And so it's actually even important that we speak up and we continue talking about these things as
absolutely.
women. Yeah,
absolutely. Because I think nothing upsets me more, and I've spoken about it here before, and I speak about it all the time. Nothing upsets me more than the not being a girl's girl.
Yeah.
Nothing upsets me more than that, especially in a place like this. We need all the support. We're all we have.
Literally, oh my God. Especially in a place like this, is so real, because literally, like, men are not going to speak up for you. I'm sorry. The few who do are attacked by their fellow men, woman rapper, simp, all of these things. So really, like, who else is going to stand up for you if not for other girls? Yeah.
So 100%. Nothing upsets me more than that, you know. And I think that leads me on to what I kind of, the conversation we had started off camera, that this separation that and it's funny that I'm so happy that, because I think initially when I brought it up, people used to make it seem like I was making it up, like, or maybe it was only me that was experiencing it. This separation between, and when I even say IJGB, it wasn't even like Nigerians who were just here for a few days, like Nigerians who live here. The separation between them, I mean, Nigerians from the diaspora who have now moved, maybe over the last year or so, who live here, and Nigerians who have lived here all their life. Like, going out, you see that they're not mingling together. You go to house party, you go to, like, it's just, everyone's just like, I'm going to stay in my own little bubble, I'm going to do. And I think you gave a really good reason as to why that is. And I just want you to kind of like, just like reiterate and like expand on it.
Yeah. To be honest, this is just me saying what I think. There's no way to know if this is true, and there's no empirical data to say this is facts or whatever. I don't know. This is just like my speculation. I think that there's many reasons for it, right? There's always been that, oh, this one is forming accent. Like, what are you forming accents for? You think you're better than us kind of thing, right? But then there's also like just the artificial packaging of Dirty December that's happened in the last couple of years that makes it much... It makes the difference much larger. It's like, we are here, we are struggling through the things that Nigeria is throwing at us day after day after day after day till December, right? And then you come from wherever you are with like currency that is much more, you know, stronger than ours, and then do all these things that make it even more harder to live, you know, in the country as a Nigerian, as a citizen. You see TikToks about babes going, oh, come with me to make my hair for 700K and all of these things. And I mean, it's not really their fault. Sorry, you're paying, they've scammed you.
They scammed you. Let's be clear on that.
You have been scammed.
It's not a bargain.
Let's be for real. You've been scammed. But then there's also the layer to it where it's like, it's just more difficult for the people who are here to actually get those things done now, right? Because like you said about inflation, it always goes up, it never comes down. It disobeys the law of gravity all the time. Like, once those things go up, it just never comes down. And there are people who make the argument that there are places where you can still make your hair for about 7K and all of these things. But there's also the conversation about paying people fairly, especially in this economy where it's like things are so bad, right? Paying somebody 7K or 10K for their labor just doesn't seem fair, right? Part. So it's like, where do you find the balance between those two extremes where it's like, I'm not going to pay 700K for braids. Let's be serious. Like, that's ridiculous.
Let's be FFR.
But there's also the part where it's like, you do have to pay people a living wage and something that they can survive on, right? So I don't know, to be honest. I think it's just... Oh, and then there was this whole thing last year when one of the IJGBs was like, oh, Lagos girls are rude. They don't respond to...
Would you like my perspective?
They don't respond to. But the thing is that
Toby.
No.
We're not talking about Lagos girls like you.
You can't expect everybody to be friendly. That's the thing, right? If you go to other
Courtesy?
places, there are people who are more friendly than others.
Courteous. We're not even saying friendly. Can we say courteous?
Cautious.
Can we agree on courtesy?
I mean, I don't know. I personally, like I said, I don't talk to strangers. I don't know how to do that. I'm
do you
sorry.
know what it is?
But like, yeah.
Toby, like, do you know what? I have to, like, me, being in the middle, everyone knows that I'm the president of both sides. I don't mind. I don't discriminate. IJGBO, I love everyone equally. But from what you said, you know, when I first met you, you didn't run up to me and hug me, but you were courteous towards me. You still said hi to me. I made a comment about your earrings. We laughed about it. Like, you were good vibes. There are genuine people that even me, I've met, and I whenever I meet, I'm just like, oh, hi, hello. They will just look at you like this. And they will look away.
Yeah, so I think it's a personality thing, not necessarily a geographical thing.
90% of the girls is a personality.
No, for real.
Is there a class where they're saying don't be nice to people? Like, is there a group chat? No, because, and you know what?
I also think maybe it's a defense mechanism.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like if you've had enough of those sort of experiences where you've been the one who has been getting snubbed or, you know, getting looked at like you're weird and all of those things, you sort of form like a layer around yourself where it's like, I'll do my own first, or I would just sort of like protect myself against that kind of thing. I don't know. Because me, like I said, like I operate on a like. I don't know how to talk to people at functions. If I don't know you, it's very unlikely that I will speak to you. But it's something that is a conversation that's happened over and over again. I don't know what.
And it's a continuous. And you know what? That's why I said I'm not talking about girls like you in that you're a very normal person. Like, and I mean that you're no, because I never felt the first time we went out, I never felt unnerved by anything you did or anything you said. That's a big deal in that. You're very vocal. Anytime you post something, I'm reading it. Anytime you mention that, I'm reading, because I know that I'm gonna get the tea and I'm gonna get the facts, right? But there was never a time that I've been around you that I felt like, maybe Toby is like looking down on me, or maybe she thought it genuinely every time. And even now, I've been seeing these videos. IJGB girls and Lagos girls, and then the Lagos girl will be finishing the and I'm just like, well, what's easy?
I think it's also a mentality in where it's like we're really the same. If you dip it,
we're really the same.
We're Nigerian girls, bro. Like, what's the problem? Like the fact that somebody grew up there and you grew up here, like we're the same. We have if police should stop all of us in the same car, like you're not going to say, oh, you're IJGB.
Thank you.
Stay here. You're Niger born. Stay here. Like, we're the same at the end of the day.
From
it's like
experiencing prejudice in the white man's land to now come here and be experiencing prejudice of my own people. Like, what is it? Who have I offended?
Oh my God. But I think there's also there's another layer to it where just Lagos itself, the way it shapes people and experiences and interactions. Yeah. I know that it has a lot to do with, I don't know, like, so I always say I think I like to think I operate outside of all of those things.
1000%.
So I don't know. So I don't really know, like, but I think there's something about Lagos that just makes people, I don't know, behave a certain way. Yeah. Like you said, like sometimes you have to show madness. And not just when you're like talking to girls, like maybe at the club or whatever. Mm-hmm. If you're outside and somebody is doing anyhow, or like you have to raise your voice so that they can actually they can actually understand and respect you and listen to what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you just be there with your soft voice, like, no, you actually have to yell like you're an agbero. No, for real. Do you know how many times I've fought with conductors? Like back when I used to take bus, like, Shori Esi Daruni, give me my change. What's the problem? No, because sometimes that's the only language that they understand.
I love it.
And when it's done, you're feeling bad. You're like, God, like this is the kind of person that I want to be. But they push you to the wall where you're like, no, I have to show you madness today.
You're speaking to my inner,
honestly,
IJGB
like
right
so
now.
I think there's the spirit of there's something in Lagos that just makes you a little bit crazy. Yeah. Actually, you have to be a little bit crazy to survive.
A little bit.
In Lagos.
It's like, and do you know what I'm grateful for? So my coping mechanism all the time when I was done with Lagos was always to run back to the UK. Mm-hmm. Now I'll go to Abeokuta.
Yeah.
Or I'll go to bed.
The air is fresher. You can think properly. There's quiet.
Slower pace of life.
Yeah.
There's not as many mad people. And now I leave, just leaving the border of Lagos alone.
100%.
Everything
you
is
can breathe better. Yeah.
So you are right in that there must be some sort of spirits or some sort of principality or something that's in the air here, because people just their brains is not working well, that they're just not okay. And that if you know, I think what song was is like, if you know if you wise for Lagos, you know if you wise for anywhere.
Wallahi, you cannot. They will show you that you need to be wise.
You think that you're smart. Somebody smarter than you will come and show you the way. Like you know
there's always somebody smarter.
It's like me, I'm just a small fish. Me, I don't even know. I don't know nothing. Like, but on the point that you made though, in terms of like just clarifying, like maybe there's a specific energy or the way relationships or the way Lagos shapes you. I've made a comment before, and again, I got dragged about it, that I feel like relationships generally, most relationships, whether it's platonic, romantic, anything, they're very transactional.
Yeah.
In Lagos. Again, from your perspective, because again, I know that I'm not bringing you as the spokesperson for all of Lagos, but from your perspective, like what bred that kind of vibe, like for it to be very, you give me this, I give you that, tit for tat, you rub my back, I rub yours.
I don't know. I think relationships are transactional in general.
Okay.
Right? And it's not transactional in the sense of, I'm giving you money and you're giving me this. It's in terms of value, right? I like to think of relationships as symbiotic things where it's like we are getting something from each other, no matter what it could be. It could be support, love, companionship. Whatever it is, relationships are supposed to be symbiotic. So I think the problem is with the word transactional, because that implies that there is money being exchanged for something, right? For some sort of value. So I wouldn't say transactional, I would say symbiotic, where it's like we are both benefiting greatly from this relationship, and it's not necessarily physical, like money or whatever, like there's just value, attached to that relationship. But when it comes to Lagos, and this is something that I have noticed personally, which I really hate, I've noticed recently that I'm just less trusting of people. For instance, the plumber he has been to my house a couple of times the last couple of months to fix the same issue. And then I started to think, what's the problem? Is it that you are... and every single time he comes, not even that, is it that you are using me to make money? Okay. Because every single time he comes, I'm spending nothing less than 20K, 30K. Do you understand?
Fix the same problem.
To fix the same issue. And it's like, okay, so I'm now starting to think, are you trying to take me for... Do you understand? So I think it's just a general level of distrust in the society that we've built. It's very unfortunate, but there's no... Because for a society to exist properly, there has to be some levels of trust,
Absolutely.
Right? Within interactions, with strangers, acquaintances, friends, whoever it is, there's a certain level of conduct that you expect. If you're walking down the road, you expect that the person walking next to you is not going to spit at you or throw you a punch in your face, right? So it's like some of those things, and there's different layers to it, right? Some of those things are missing in Lagos, right? Because it's like, eventually you find out, sometimes, unfortunately, you find out that people have been taking you for an idiot, right? And you've been paying more than you're supposed to, or you've just been... It's just... So there's that lack of trust, right, that we have as a society, where it's like, oh, this guy is trying to one off me. Yeah. There's just not that. There's no... You don't trust that this person genuinely has your best interest at heart and will do everything they can to help you in whatever way. So I think that definitely affects interactions with people. Yeah. And maybe what affects interactions with girls as well, where it's like, what do you want? Like, what are you looking for? There's just that general suspicion of strangers, right? And I think it's just we have a low trust society as Nigerians. It's very unfortunate because I personally like to believe the best of other people. Yeah. And when I find myself thinking of these things, I don't like it. I genuinely actively hate it. I'm like, it's not supposed to be this way. I don't think a society can thrive or move forward if we are a low trust society where you can't really trust the next person to do what they say they're going to do or to help you in any way that they can. Yeah. It's like we hear stories all the time of people who help people who have been in accidents and all of these things, and they get into trouble for that. Do you understand? So like, how, as a society, how are we supposed to, like, if you see somebody bleeding on the
just
road,
let
you
them-
just leave them
Yeah.
because you don't want to get into
Yeah,
trouble, right?
yeah.
You don't want to be a good Samaritan that the police will now hold and say you're the one that killed him or you're the one that shot him. Like, it's just really, it's messed up. And I think that, of course, like, the government has a huge part to play in just like fixing all of these things. But I think also we as well as citizens, we can just be a little more, just less suspicious of each other.
Yeah.
But even outside of that, before being less suspicious of each other, just more helpful and not as grabby, I guess, for
Grabby
like
is
money.
a brilliant word.
Like, you're parking your car on the road. Somebody's telling you to pay 2,000 naira for parking on the street.
And it's not your street. Your daddy doesn't own this street.
No.
And you haven't done anything to all you've said is, I should turn.
Exactly.
Which I didn't ask you
like,
for.
do you understand? I can park my car. I'm good.
Like-
thank you. But yeah, I think it's just being a low trust society. I don't think we understand how much it affects our psyche because all of these things really just affects
It's
your
very
interactions
subconscious.
with. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, like diploma, it's not like he hasn't, because he was explaining every single thing he was doing, right? And now the issue has been fixed. But I had that thought and I didn't like it because it's like, it's not improbable that somebody would do that. Yeah. So that's, I think, yeah.
Yeah. And I think the shame about it, like you said, is that I didn't make this up myself.
It's something that happens all
It's
the
something
time.
I didn't make this up, right? And the thing as well that sometimes upsets me is that why is it the people that you're most kind to that it's like they can't fathom the kindness a little
why
bit.
you'd be-
Do you get?
I think it's a consequence of the low trust society as well, where it's like somebody is kind to you, there must be something that they are getting from it that you're not aware
Do you
of.
get?
Right? It's like what you have just deeply suspicious of any form of it's very it's quite disgusting.
Yeah.
You hear about employees who are stealing from their employers. It's just a bunch of nasty, horrible things happening. And I'm just like, we cannot progress like this, guys.
Toby,
as a
again,
low trust society, we
again,
cannot
shout out
progress.
to you because one of my fears was just like, God, how am I going to find an assistant who genuinely cares for my business, cares for what I do, really puts their end? Because again, some people are genuinely there for the money. I don't care what you do. Your business can die for all I care because I'll get another job. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But to have someone who genuinely cared, who was invested, for me, it was a big deal. And I was so grateful because having come here, I have friends who own like salons and stuff. If their staff haven't stolen from them, the staff has been siphoning money. Customers will pay money into their account.
Yeah.
If not that one,
Or they are stealing
they'll be
stuff
stealing-
from the yeah.
And for me, I was just like, God, how would I
very
survive?
sad.
Like, and it is sad. It is sad because it's like you don't want the circumstance to alter your personality, but to a certain degree, to survive,
You have to.
You have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to adapt.
It's quite unfortunate. But
You
I
know?
think for me, maybe I'm just a little bit delusional or optimistic. I don't know. I just always, like you said, there are people who are genuine. Like, it's just, it might be a bit harder to find, but there are people like that. And so I think for me, another thing is that I have a very strong radar when it comes to those things. I can sort of spot bullshit from like a mile away. I can sort of tell. So I'm just like, I'm just going to avoid whatever that is. But there are people who are genuine, who really care about what they're doing and care about other people and care about their community and their environment and are, doing things to improve it in whatever way they can. Seen as the government are just like, fuck you
They
guys.
just say, you guys, as
They
in,
just say, fuck
you guys are, listen, you guys are your own.
What the hell?
Our
We
whole
need to start
government.
holding those guys accountable. But like,
Yeah.
like there's still people, even within that low trust society, who are genuinely just trying to be the best they can be and help other people around them as well.
Yeah.
So I always try to focus on that. And just like find those people and do things together, collaborate, whatever that looks like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't agree with that more because hopefully then that would, whatever subconscious biases that you've developed, unfortunately, hopefully that would help you clear that out of the way. Because it the bias is unconscious, but to fix it has to be a very conscious decision to be like, you know what? Maybe this person isn't trying to scam me. Let me look at the positive in this one today. I was stuck in traffic for 5 hours, but you know what? I got to my destination
But then there's
safely.
also balance. To be honest, I think it's a very healthy balance. Like Lagos is crazy. It's never going to be
Accept
not
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
So you have to know when to. You have to know when to change it, and you also have to know when. Okay, let's have a conversation.
Yeah,
Let's calm down and talk about.
Pick your
this.
battles.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a balance between just being able to read the situation and say, okay, this is what it entails and this is what it needs.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you do have to yell.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
like you have to get naked in the bank. There's videos of people I've never, like, Nigeria is there's the videos of people getting naked in the
love
bank because their
it.
money has disappeared. Like, what do you mean?
Where is
Where-
it?
no,
Where
no.
did it go?
Like, exactly. Thank you. Where is my money?
Yes.
Do you know how hard people have worked and how many years they've
And
worked
then
for
you're
that
now telling
money?
me it's
And then all of a
gone.
sudden it's gone. No, you have to bring it out from wherever it is. So it's finding a balance between knowing when to do that.
Sorry, get a
and
lady
knowing when-
naked in the back.
No,
is
literally,
amazing.
like it was insane. Like I saw a video of a man. He was yelling. I was like, oh, this is serious. No, this is serious. Like it was insane. So yeah, I think there has to be a healthy balance
Yeah,
between the two.
I
Because
couldn't agree more.
unfortunately, Lagos will trample on you if you don't know how to
Press you
fight
down
back. Yeah.
like this, and you'll be a shadow of yourself. You will if it's not the again, guys, don't try. If it's not the men trying to finish you off,
oh, let's not even get into that.
It's too
I
much.
have in fact, my patience for them is now at 0.001%. I'm always ready to yell at a man. I'm sorry. Like the amount of patience I'll have for a woman is multiple
grace.
times larger than I would have. I've already, like, please, I've changed it for you immediately. No, because literally, like, no. As a woman that's grown up in Nigeria,
Yeah.
you know that this man would never ever do this to a man. So, like, before you even start, I've already taken it.
I'm taking it there.
To 100%.
I'm taking it there.
You're not the only one that is crazy.
I'm taking it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm there already. In fact, I'm ready to
You'll
change
meet
this
me
for
in front.
Yeah. Literally, I'm ready. And to a certain degree, again, it's like, why can't I just be soft?
Yeah.
Well, you can't. I have to tell you that you're mad because I'm not the one.
I'm not the one, no.
And-
Or the two.
Or the two. In fact, just not today. Don't try it with me today. Maybe you could have tried this yesterday, but today, no, I'm not here for this at all. And I feel like there's two sides to that. For me, it's made me stronger in that I'm not relying on any of you because I'm ready to change for you anytime. If you bring anyhow you bring it, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You will collect as I am like this. Everybody will because I'm not here for this crap that you're on today.
Yeah.
But you are right that I'm also learned to pick my battles. There are days where I'm like, I just don't want to fight today. So I'll let you have this one. But if you tried me again on a Tuesday evening, wherever your eyes see, you better
We'll drag
manage it
each
like
other.
what do you mean? You better manage it like that. But taking it back to what you were saying earlier with the just in terms of more Nigerians, like kind of the separations between the IJGBs and Nigerians and stuff. I was speaking to another guest like a few episodes ago, and I was just saying to her that as Nigerians from the diaspora, do you think we take a lot from Nigeria? Like, do we plunder Nigeria? Because I have an opinion on that, right? What are your thoughts in terms of like, like the videos, come with me to go do my braids, come with me to do that. I pay my house help 5K a month. Like what? Again, I have an opinion. But as a Nigerian from like who lives here, who's seeing that kind of behavior, like what's your perspective? Because you spoke about labor, like paying people fair, paying them what they deserve.
Yeah.
Like what's your perspective on that? And how do we, wait, I want to hear your perspective first.
Yeah, so I don't think that the people who are plundering Nigeria are the IJGBs. I don't think so at all. That's not. If anything, it's probably Nigerian politicians, right, who are plundering the country and its coffers. Like I said earlier, if you are doing braids in Lagos for 700K, you have been scammed.
You've been scammed.
You have been scammed. The hair will be fine, no. You will look fly as hell, like probably get bottles in the club. You have been scammed because there are places where you can get it for a fraction of the price and you still look really good. So I don't think that IJGBs are plundering or whatever. I think it's just it's a natural thing when, when people who can afford a service, there's demand for it. The supply will rise to meet the demand. It's the most basic law of economics, right? The question now is the people who are providing those services. What happens when the IJGBs go back, right? Do you still continue charging 700K? Because I don't think there's any Lagos babe
paying that
is going to pay 700K for braids. Excuse me.
Who's paying that?
Yeah. So it's like, what exactly is the goal when you do things like that, right? It's thinking about it long term.
Yes.
What does it mean for you and your business? If these are the things that you're doing and these are the ways that you're going about pricing and all of these things. I mean, there are probably a few people in Lagos who would pay that.
Good for them.
Good for you. But like, I haven't even done braids in like 10 months or thereabout. Like, that's not really my scene anymore. But I think that it's for the people who are the people who are left behind, like, what does that look like for us? Like, for people who don't necessarily have access to where you can get it for way cheaper, you can pay for cheap labor or whatever, which is, again, something that I don't support. Like, I think everybody should be paid. Like, sometimes my when I used to do braids, my braider would say, oh, she's charging this amount. I'm like, what do you mean? You've been standing for like 7 hours. What do you mean you're charging this amount? Absolutely. And I double it or I triple it, that kind of thing. So it's like, where is the balance between those two extremes? Between paying for 700K braids and actually something that is livable, especially in this horrible economy, is actually something that is worth earning for that amount of labor. So I don't think that IJGBs are at fault when it comes to that. I would say that the question is for the people who are providing that service. Like, why is that something that you're doing? What is the goal that you're trying to achieve when you do something like that? Because they're scamming, they're getting scammed. Basically. They're getting scammed. Sorry. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a hairdresser before they drag me, but like, I don't know. I don't think there's any, like, and again, it's like, there's also the difference in experience where it's like abroad, I've heard that it's so expensive to get braids.
I used to pay almost £300 for my braids.
Oh, so it's like when you now come and 700K naira is maybe what, like...
It's almost equivalent. It's like £350.
Yes, exactly. And you have like, if you do your hair for 350K, that's like half the price and it looks just as good. So it's like, oh, like they're getting a great deal in their opinion. But it's also like, you haven't really considered the context of where you are.
That
like,
is it.
This is Nigeria. Not everybody is going to be able to afford 350K for braids. You have dollars and pounds that you're spending. The people who are here, most of them are not even earning up to 350K. Exactly. Nobody's going to spend all of that on just hair. And again, there are places where you can get your hair done for a very minute fraction of the price. But it's also like, the people who could do that before, maybe walk into a salon and get their hair done for like 50K, for like 70K, now you're coming to tell them it's 200K, it's 300K. It's like, So I will not put that on IJGBs, to be honest. I would say, of course, it's a bit problematic the way some of them go about it and go about just like talking about it, where it's like, oh, this is so like, please. But...
So we said pause there.
But like, I think it's for us as a society to just talk about like the service providers. What is actually even different in the service that you're providing that makes it worth that amount?
Absolutely.
So
because my concern with that is that, like you said, as a service provider, from January to November, you have your regular customers who come to you all the time, who they know the fixed price, right? You're now telling me you want to prioritize. And don't get me wrong, business-wise, yes, the demand is rising. You want to go up and meet, like, you want to meet that demand. Yeah. But my concern with that is that, like you said, IJGB's max, you're here for 3 weeks, max. They're going to go back. Yeah. Me, as your regular customer, I'll look at you, you look at me. I'll look at you, you look at me.
And there's also the added question of, are you even increasing the pay of your customers, or not customers, employees who are standing for hours, no, they're not. Who are even probably working extra hours to meet the demand that is, it's like, it's just exploitational. It's very exploitational, where it's like, you're not paying these people better, you're not improving work conditions or whatever. You're just grabbing money for people who have it to spend, and then like the experience or service is not different, and then even the people who are actually doing the work are not getting paid enough for it. So it's like, it's a whole thing. Yeah, it's literally like, woe to everyone else. I'm gonna line my pocket. Woe to everyone else. I don't care. And again, my concern, and even with the topic of like the Airbnbs, are you thinking about long-term relationships? Are you thinking about, maybe I'll stay here in future? Because if you're charging me 900, I'm not staying here in future. In fact, I would never recommend you. Yeah. So my concern with that is there's a lack of understanding that. Are you willing to build relationships in the long term? Because you're not. You're burning your bridges. There's barely any long-term thinking. There's barely any, how can I sustain this? No sustainability plan. It's just now. How much money can I grab now? How much money can I grab now? I saw a TikTok where somebody talked about it, and she said the same thing you said, where it's like, Dirty December is not going to happen again after 2025. And I quite agree, at least not in the artificially packaged way where everybody's shouting, oh, Dirty December, Lagos, like, please. Yeah. Like, because it's just not, like, the people who are here, like, what exactly is the reason for you charging that amount of money for a basic, annoying, it's not even just a basic experience, it's going to be annoying.
That's the part.
Like the Airbnb, things are probably falling apart somewhere. There's no, the water is yellow.
The water is now yellow.
They've taken light a couple of times. Like, what do you actually mean?
In the apartment that has 24 hours electricity.
Like, why is that something that is that is happening? Because people are coming in. And there's also the layer of the people who are coming in, probably, most of them are probably saved for most of the year just to come back home and have a good time.
Enjoy. But you're stressing
Who
them.
Who has 9K to pay for house for 11? It's not better to go to your daddy's house.
I'll go to my
daddy's house.
It's so crazy. I was doing a mini series leading up, like how to basically get ready for Dirty December. And I said to people, like, you don't have to rent a space. You can go, there's love at home and there's rice at home. You can go to your family house.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not everybody has that. So it's like, it's also, again, back to the service providers, like, why is that a thing that you're doing? Why are you not thinking long term? Why are you not thinking of how to make sure these people have such a great experience that they go back and they are just looking forward to it for the next 11 months? They're like, I cannot wait to go back to Lagos because of how amazing it was, right? Yeah. Why can't we, why isn't that the goal? Why isn't that the thing that you're trying to do? To curate the experience in such a way that everybody is so excited and so happy and they live fulfilled. I mean, I'm not saying that the people who didn't, people who have money to blow, they probably had a really good time, But like, for many people, I don't know that it was such a, like, I don't know, Sha, maybe I'm just saying
this
from my
December
own
was so
perspective.
strange for me.
It was
a strange December for me.
Like,
I didn't
there's
feel
so much traffic everywhere. Is just
because how can you even enjoy the oblate if everybody's like, it was a weird, and I stand by what I said. I think this might be for what December is. I think this December just gone was the last real Dirty December. Yeah. Whatever comes after is just like a watered down. I don't know what they're calling it.
It's quite unfortunate because there was so much we could have done with it, but
me, I was really thinking, tourism, Nigeria, because I used to say Lagos is like Miami.
And then the Nigerian government, let's not even start with those unimaginative fools. And I said what I said.
My sister.
Like, they haven't done anything to improve the lives of citizens. All the people who are coming in, they had this, something, I don't remember what it's called. They had a whole, they made a whole declaration about how dirty, I don't even remember what it was, but it's just like, the roads are not even good. There is no street lights. Hospitals and doctors are on strike. My nigga, what are you doing?
It was Faith that mentioned it to me that doctors were on
strike.
Yeah,
doctors are on strike.
I was in shock.
Doctors are on strike. If Anthony Joshua had been harmed more than he was, oh my God, I'm just really glad that it wasn't.
My sister.
Because there's no way that anybody would have attended to that man. I'm sorry. We are living on the edge. Literally, we are living on the edge here, guys. No, because it's
bad.
Like, and then there's all this, so it's just so expensive for like a very, very poor experience. Even we were here, like, if I begin to tell you how much I spent on cabs last month, I'm disgusted.
When you look, and
I didn't even go out a lot. Like, I was mostly inside my house. I maybe went for like, I said what I said live show, and then I went for like my friend's Christmas lunch, and then maybe I went to have dinner a couple of times. That was it. I'm sure I spent nothing less than 200K on just transport.
Which is absolutely wild.
It's fucking crazy. 15,000 naira for wherever you're going.
Minimum.
Like, literally minimum. Like, what?
It's wild.
Yeah, it's just, I'm happy. It's okay. Make everybody, they go out.
So you're part of the bandwagon of when it's time to go home.
Of course now. You
need to go
want
home.
To stay here. If you want to stay, you can come back. Or there's postcard for you. The Returnee Podcast. You can come back. But like, just understand that the Lagos of December is definitely not the Lagos of like every other day.
Absolutely.
It's not to.
Yeah. Absolutely. So are you an advocate then for more people should come back? Or you just indifferent?
So I have thoughts about that, right? I think it's a personal decision. I don't think there's a template for, you have to jackpot or you have to come back. Because I've been thinking about it a lot, a couple of times, like this recently, like a lot of my friends are leaving and then there are people who are coming back, right? It's
hordes,
like,
so many.
Exactly. So it's like, really, it's dependent on what you want at that time in your life.
Absolutely.
I've had people ask me, are you thinking about jackpot? Are you interested in jackpot? Not at the moment. as stressful as living in Nigeria is, like, is anxiety inducing, where on some days I get actual panic attacks where it's like, if something happens to me, if I have an accident or whatever, there's actually no emergency services. There's barely any doctors. All the doctors are leaving. The ones that are here are on strike. It's a lot to think about, right? And all the infrastructure that, you know, are expected from the government. You have to handle your own lights. You have to handle your own water. You have to handle your own security. There's just a bunch of things that are not the best, right? It's not a great place to live. Like, if we're being for real, it's not the best place to live. But it's also home.
It's home.
Right? I don't know that I want to throw all of that away. My family that is here, my friends, the community I've built, the career I've built for myself, and go to strange man's land, Oyibo, where they'll be crossing the streets because you're walking. Like, I'm not a beg.
Yeah.
If I was going to move out of Nigeria, it would probably be to another African country.
You know.
Maybe Accra or Kigali or Nairobi or something like that, right? Where we still have that camaraderie. I don't know what the word. Yeah. Where it's like, we're all black people, we're all Africans. Yeah. Different experiences, but we're still similar in that sense, right? Absolutely. So I'm very reluctant to leave home at the moment. And, excuse me, I have a cold. And for some people, they are there and they're happy and they're satisfied and they're working, and that's the kind of life that they want, and that's perfectly fine. And there are people who have experienced that, who are like, okay, it's time for me to come back home and maybe try to build something that will last longer than me, and that's okay. So I don't think that there's a template. A couple of years ago, if you had asked me, I'd have said almost it's to jackpot by fire by force. But also, it's like, I've just been thinking about it, like, it just doesn't feel right for me at the moment, right? As crazy as that sounds, because Nigeria, bro.
No, I stand
Nigeria,
I stand on
like,
that.
are you serious?
No,
but yeah, like, I don't think there's a template answer to that. I think it's really what works for you as a person, and deciding that, okay, this is what I want to do, and making a plan towards that, and accepting whatever comes with it.
Absolutely.
Because as an adult, there are consequences for actions, whether you like it or not.
Absolutely.
So any consequence where you see,
take it like that.
Collect them.
Hold on to it.
You pocket it and chest it like, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm the one that said I'm there to do this. So I don't think there's a one size fits all kind of thing. It's like, really, what works for you as a person and where you are in your life and the things you want to do. Yeah. Is it going to work better for you in Nigeria? In fact, you don't even want to come back to Nigeria. You can like,
go any,
the world is so vast. Like, but if people want to come back to Nigeria, I understand why. I understand why. Yeah.
Love that. Okay, so now in terms of where to find you, because like I said, I always, whenever you post something, you know, I'm always comment, like, I hardly comment on like social media. But I'm always, because I know that if you're not writing something, you're involved in something. If you're not involved, you're plugging something to read. So where can we find you? Like, where can we connect with you?
On Instagram. My Instagram is private, to be honest, because I don't like people that much.
I didn't know that.
Okay. I don't like people that much, guys. I'm sorry. Actually, I do, but like in minor doses.
Yeah.
It's UXWAF on Instagram, Twitter, Threads. Which other one?
Are you on TikTok?
Yes, but it's also private.
Fairs.
I don't post on TikTok. I really just go there to laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, but same handle everywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. But thank you so much.
Thank you
for being here. And I'm so glad that you're the first person we had in terms of like the Nigerian perspective, because you're going to give us the tea, and I know you're going to tell us as it is and how you feel. And interestingly, a lot of the things you said is not what I was expecting in a good way, in a great way, which I'm really happy about, because then it's like, never let them know your next move. Like, so it's really, I really love that. And I really appreciate you taking part.
Thank you.
As always, you're always welcome.
Thank you for having me.
If your opinion changes on anything, feel free.
Don't worry, I will text it to you. I'm always ready to shalaye.
No, for real. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks, guys, for tuning in for this episode. I really, I feel like for me, like I said, I really wanted to get a different perspective on this season. So hopefully we're going to have more guests for you guys. Well, not hopefully, we're going to have more guests for you guys who are going to have different perspectives. So thanks for tuning in, and make sure you like, you comment, you share, you subscribe, you send it to everybody, and you engage with us. But yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.